2, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock rock. But this ain't no Elvis, this is hip hop. Sound the alarm, cause timeless is shaking up this industry like still a bacon. We running through this game like Walter Payton. Stiff arming haters while records we be breaking. How Jay said it is history in the making. May look like rookies, but don't be mistaken. We bobbing and weaving like Rocky versus Apollo. You might catch us off guard, but we back tomorrow. No Jedi Knights, no fancy apparel, no fancy whips or big dinero. I'm still rolling in my red wheelbarrow, and my bank account it still says zero. But I believe in time, time will change the score. This life that I speak will be no more.
Previously.
You ready to work? Let's do this. Let's go, sure.
As far as the band members, I feel like I have a great group.
I'm not here to make friends, I'm here to make hits.
I think you could do a lot better.
The word, I guess, conscious could be kind of thrown around, and people could be like, well, what is conscious? What is not conscious?
Conscious music is that awakening, that news flash.
It's just being aware of what you're representing, being mindful of the message that you're sharing with people.
We use that term because there's a lot of people that are walking around, don't really know what's going on in the streets, don't really know what's going on in their lives around them.
I think all music, in one sense, can be conscious in the sense that it's making you aware of something, but at the same time, I think a lot of the concepts that are played on the radio are constantly recycled.
A lot of the rappers are doing similar stuff, but when he comes in, it's like a refreshment. His stuff is very, very, very feel-good music.
As long as it's in my control, I say, look, this album has no cursing on it. So if you're writing a verse, you have to remember that.
A lot of people are stereotyping hip-hop as just a negative music and glorifying all that kind of stuff, so we wanted to push away from that.
It doesn't have to be downplaying any gender, any race, anything.
I know my mom has definitely been the biggest influence on Jonah's lyrics in that, you have to bring a positive message.
My mom, she encompasses everything.
My goal is that he takes everything that he's been blessed with and send a message to the world that family is important.
My grandmother, her being, from New Orleans, she said, New Orleans.
So I used to encourage him a lot. And I always told him, I say, you're going to make it one day, okay? I say, I'm depending upon you.
As a kid, I didn't really realize how much effect she had in our lives doing music. Even as far as my lyrics are concerned, sometimes I'll pronounce or say things in a certain way. I'll be like, wow, where did that come from? But I think it's because my New Orleans roots.
Jonah was given an opportunity for a record deal in New York. I remember he went up there and they said, well, you've got to dirty music.
The label at the time, to me, was a very conscious label. So I thought, okay, this is going to be a perfect fit. They're interested in me. They're like, man, you don't have enough escapism in your music. And I was like, escapism? What's escapism? And they're like, money, sex, drugs, violence.
I say, look, it can't be that way.
We just wouldn't have a clear conscience doing that type of music.
Conscious music doesn't necessarily sell. Bottom line to a record label is business. So if it's not creating some serious revenue, then they're like, well, we're not gonna put it out.
So I said, you can't let them get the best of you. I said, you have to do your own thing.
I will always stay true to myself. You will hear a certain thing. You will know, like, oh, that's Jonah. Look at the difference.
I've been talking to other people about it. They're like, he has to make it. Why hasn't he made it?
I think that he needs to get out there a little bit more. He needs to be in the public eye.
On our next episode...
What's good with it? What's going on? Chilling.
The Hard Sell.
I sold like 4,000 CDs by myself.
Yeah, I hear that every day.
Waiting to be discovered. Log on to our next episode.